Hola, amigos. We're going to take a look at Battle of Hoth by Days of Wonder. It's a Command and Colors style game. It's like Memoir 44, for those of you that are probably more familiar with that. My brother picked me up a copy. He got two. I paid him for one. And it's a lucky thing that we both have a copy, too, because I'll tell you in a little bit. Rulebook, glossy. On the back, there are some specific case explanations explanations. Going over components. Now, these badges will be important because this game is like more asymmetrical than any other CNC game I've ever played. Each side has their own deck of cards. They're not drawing from a common deck. Each side also can choose to use leader cards. There's 3 different leaders with 3 cards apiece, and those, you don't know what leader your opponent has picked until he plays one of their cards, and they're pretty powerful. There's only 3 rebels per infantry unit, but 4 stormtroopers. The AT-ATs are hard to kill. They only take 1 hit to kill, but for every hit you inflict on them, you have to confirm that hit, which means you have to roll a blast symbol, which is like 1 in 6. The probe droids and on the rebel side, what is that? Oh, the turrets, the laser turrets, and the probe droids don't count for victory medals if you destroy them, so you don't get a victory medal for destroying them. But it does help because you've killed them, and they're pains in the ass. They can be. There's some terrain, but it's like that. That's like ice crystals or some shit. Nobody, they're impassable. These are big holes in the ground, crevasses. Snow speeders can go over them. Otherwise, they're impassable. I don't know what that is. We didn't play with that yet. And then you have hills, or they call them ridges, but they're basically hills. I don't know what these 2 are. We haven't played with them yet. Or that one. We did. There's something. Yeah, that's the only one. Anyway, there's some terrain restrictions and stuff. It goes over the game turn, how to play a command card, how to order your units, how do they move and attack. If you've ever played any Command and Collar style game, Memoir 44, Battle Cry, any of the ancients, medieval, Napoleonics, anything Command and Collars, this game's going to be easy as pie for you. But you know what? It's refreshing because of how much asymmetry there is. It's pretty cool. Here it's going over the units, and this is where you really start to recognize what the differences in them. It's really cool, actually. What hits on what gets hit on what. It's not what you would think. Then these badge units. Now, there's no advance after combat. Like if you make a unit retreat in Memoir 44, you can advance into that hex that they retreated from. In this game, it is not. It's not part of the basic rules. Only one of these. Only the assault infantry can advance after a combat. E-web infantry are just heavy weapons, basically. Scout infantry. Let's see. Oh, when a scout occupies a ridge hex and has line of sight from any distance on an enemy unit, Any other friendly unit. Okay, he's like a spotter. He can help. That's interesting. That's new. Elite troops can move 2 hexes and still attack. You know what? That's a card in Memoir. Elite squadrons are for the snow speeders. And if they're elite, they start with 4 miniatures per unit instead of 3. Here it is. Those ice crystal things are called Seracs. I don't know. I'm probably not pronouncing it correctly. Crevasses, trenches, rocks, ridges, which are hills, and buildings and wreckage. And here it talks about playing with the leader cards. You don't have to unless both sides agree to. I mean, why wouldn't you? And then again, on the back of the rule book are specific cases, but it's stuff that you would already know if you've played any kind of Memoir 44 or about any of the Command and Colors games. Scenario book, chock full of scenarios. And here's why it was important that my brother Clint got a copy as well as me. Because now we can play Scenario 18. You have to have 2 copies of the game because the back of the board, the basic board looks like this. And then the back of the board is only looks like that. So you need 2 boards to make a giant ass board. And it looks like a hell of a battle. Look at all that shit. That's got to be fun. But otherwise, there's 17 scenarios. Me and my son played these first 2, Imperial Scout Mission and Snow Speeder Counterattack. He played the Rebels, I played the Empire. He won both scenarios, and about 4-3. It's 4. Victory is 4 medals for both of these scenarios. So he beat me 4-3, and then he beat me again 4-3. I don't know if he would have beat me. I had an AT-AT in this game, but he got extremely lucky and killed it. But still, 4-3, 4-3. That's not bad odds. We'll see how it goes when we play these other scenarios. But that's a look at the scenario book. Then there's two campaigns. Now, I'm not really sure what that means by campaign. I think you just play through a series of scenarios and things that happen in a scenario. Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm not sure how this works, but I know, but there's cards in the deck that are only used for the campaigns. So there's a campaign 1 and a campaign 2, and there's a booklet for the Rebel and the Empire. Campaign 1 is Assault on Echo Base. Campaign 2 is Outpost Delta. But this is, these booklets are. I'm not sure how this works. I haven't looked into it yet. Here's the map. We'll get it out right now. This is a smaller map than like Memoir 44 or any of the Command and Colors games. Here's the half map. See. Then you need another map to go on this side, and then you'd have 3 sections. But it's huge. That's pretty cool. But the normal map, the 2-player map, is only a 4-panel map, whereas most of the Command and Color stuff has been a 6-panel map. So the map is kind of smaller than you're used to, but it doesn't bother me because I think maybe it should be because of the size of the battles and how many units are available. You're not going to get a whole lot of plastic in this game like you do in Memoir 44. Over here are those stands that you can use to hold your cards. We never use them. Here's the cards. These ones with this backing are only used in the campaign game. And then I got both sides decks in here, separated along with their leader cards. And what's really cool is this well is big enough to where if you sleeved them, which I'm going to do, they'll fit. Here's the dice. You get 6 of them. Here's the Empire. Here's the Rebels. I just threw these cards in here just because it was convenient. So you get three walkers, a bunch of soldiers, and 2 units worth of probe droids. But the sculpts look good. Everything plays well. And then over in this one, the Rebels. If I can open this up without destroying the lid with one hand. All right. These are cheat sheets. This tells you how far your units can move, how many dice they roll at what range. Here's the Rebel troopers, snow speeders, the cannons, laser cannons. This was a add-on or something. It's the ion cannon. And and then over here I have the add-ons of the shield generators, all the tokens, all the terrain tiles. Here's the cardboard for the shield generators and the ion cannon. And there's here's the there's also a glossy cardstock, pretty good cardstock. It's got all the terrain on it. Instead of it coming on cards, they just printed a pamphlet with them all in there. I like this a lot better. So that's it. That's a look at the components of this. Me and my son are both Command and Collar veterans. We've been playing those games for a long time, and we both loved this game. Thought it was a refreshing new thing, new way to play, I guess you could say, where the units are a lot more different. I mean, first, the units are different, first of all, and each side has its own deck of cards, and they're not the same. They share a lot of the same cards, but not all of them are the same. And then you add in the leader cards. I mean, this game's a lot of fun. If you liked Memoir 44 or Battlecry, and you like Star Wars, you should pick this up. It's really fun. Thanks for watching.